Hey everyone, I want to talk about home improvements today. Everyone's been asking a lot of what home improvements are worth doing, which ones aren't worth doing, and how do we go about getting the financing, getting the funds for doing some home improvements. But first, before I forget, want to make sure that you know about the first-time homebuyer class that I'm teaching on Thursday the 22nd at 5:30 here at my office. So if you know somebody, if you got friends, family, kids, whatever it is, that might be interested in coming and learning about buying your first home and what that entails, feel free to pass along the link in the email to have them register. But in regards to home improvements, so there's a lot that goes on and a lot of personal preferences that go into a lot of home improvement projects that don't necessarily add value to the home. And so what an appraiser is looking at when they come out to determine the value of a home, they're looking at structural things primarily. So they're looking at big fixed things in the home. So if you've added a storage shed, or if you've done an RV pad, or if you finished a basement, those are structural things, as opposed to a lot of the things that are done on a home are cosmetic. So you want to do a remodel to update the kitchen. That's good, but a lot of times it's not dollar for dollar in value that's getting added because the kitchen already existed. So by you taking everything out and replacing it, it's not going to go dollar for dollar where you get exactly what you put into it because there was value that was already existing there by just having a kitchen in the first place. So things like that are important to know about. The color of the carpet or the upgraded padding on the carpet. An appraiser's not going to go out and look and say, oh, well, they've got thicker padding for the carpet, so we're going to give them more value on the house. Things like that are just personal preferences that don't necessarily add value to the home. So when you're looking at doing these big projects, spending a lot of money, because a lot of the finish work is really expensive, just know that it's not always a dollar for dollar value add to your home. There is obviously the age and the quality of the workmanship in the home. Those things add some value, but not necessarily what you might think otherwise. So some of these projects can get very expensive. So how do we go about getting the money for that? Obviously, if we've got the savings built up, we can use the cash. But things that are really popular right now are home equity lines of credit and cash out refinances. So a home equity line of credit is just an additional loan on your home that you can go up and get and use just like a credit card, where it's a revolving line of credit, and you can use that money that's available, or that line of credit that's available, and fund the projects that you have going on. So that's one way. The benefit to doing that is when you pay it off, you can use it again. So it's not something that's just a one-time use. The cost of doing a home equity line of credit is slim to none, because the interest rates on those are sometimes going to be quite a bit higher than what you would be able to get on a fixed rate loan. And so because of that, they absorb all the costs to do that home equity line of credit up front. So that's one thing that's an option that a lot of people utilize. But if you have a higher interest rate already, or an equivalent interest rate on your mortgage, and you want to pull out money and you know it's just going to be a one-time thing, you want it on a fixed interest rate so that the payments aren't bouncing around and you're not going to need that line of credit again in the future, then doing a cash out refinance a lot of times makes sense, where you can say, my project's going to cost me $50,000, so I want to refinance my main mortgage plus pull out $50,000, and then it's all on one loan, fixed interest rate. But that has more costs involved to it because it's a longer process, it's a lower interest rate, so you go through the standard process. So that's how a lot of people are accessing money to do the home improvement projects, which is super popular right now because buying a home isn't always super convenient to move and to buy a home in this kind of market. So a lot of people are upgrading the home that they're already living in. So if you have questions around that, feel free to reach out to me, send me an email, or give me a call, and I'd be happy to help. If there's anything else I can do mortgage related, feel free to give me a call, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.